I welcome you all to the 25th Youth Parliament. We will start with the first item in the list of business, that is oath or affirmation. Secretary General, please.
Mr. Gulab, who stands elected from the Gandhinagar constituency of Gujarat, will now take the oath or affirmation. Mr. Gulab, please. Sir, do you want to take oath or affirmation?
Oath, please.
In which language would you like to take the oath?
In Sindhi, please. मां गुलाब जांबिया युवा संसद जे हेठे सदन जो मेंबर चूंडण खां पोइ भॻवान जे नाले ते कसम खणां थो कि मां कानून जे तरफ़ो क़ाइमु थियल भारत जे अहम ते सचो ईमान ऐं वफ़ादारी रखंदुमि ऐं मां जिन फ़र्ज़ में दाख़िल थियण वारो आहियां उनखे ईमानदारी सां अंजाम ॾींदुमि.
We are confident in that your contribution will be very faithful towards both the House and the country.
Ms. Sukhpreet, who stands elected from the Patinda constituency of Punjab, will now take the oath or affirmation. Ms. Sukhpreet, please. Madam, do you want to take the oath or affirmation?
Oath, please.
In which language would you like to take the oath?
In Punjabi, please. मैं ਸੁਖਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਕੌਰ ਟੁਟੇਜਾ ਯੂਥ ਪਾਰਲੀਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਹੇਠਲੇ ਸਦਨ ਦੀ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਚੁਣੇ ਜਾਣ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਮ ਤੇ ਸਹੁੰ ਖਾਂਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਕਾਨੂੰਨ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਸਥਾਪਿਤ ਕੀਤੇ ਗਏ ਭਾਰਤ ਦੇ ਸੰਵਿਧਾਨ ਪ੍ਰਤੀ ਸੱਚਾ ਵਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ ਅਤੇ ਵਫਾਦਾਰੀ ਰੱਖਾਂਗੀ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ ਸੰਤਾ ਅਤੇ ਅਖੰਡਤਾ ਨੂੰ ਬਰਕਰਾਰ ਰੱਖਾਂਗੀ ਭਾਰਤ ਦੇ ਅਤੇ ਇਹ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਡਿਊਟੀ ਤੇ ਦਾਖਲ ਹੋਵਾਂਗੀ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਇਮਾਨਦਾਰੀ ਨਾਲ ਨਿਭਾਵਾਂਗੀ.
We are confident in that your contribution will be very faithful towards both the House and the country. Honorable members, we gather here today to celebrate the life and legacy of a remarkable individual who made an indelible mark on our lives and community. We remember a passionate advocate, a visionary leader, and a true champion of youth empowerment. Let us take a moment to reflect on the life of Sri Santokh Singh Chaudhary. Sri Santokh Singh Chaudhary was born on 18 June 1946 in Dhaliwal, Punjab. From a young age, his innate sense of justice and eagerness to make a difference became apparent. He discovered his politics and community engagement through his involvement in youth parliament. He joined as a dedicated member and quickly emerged as a natural leader, inspiring their peers with unwavering determination and infectious enthusiasm. Unfortunately, he passed away on 14 January 2023 during the rally of Bharat Jodo Yatra.
Madam, I rise to pay my tributes to Sri Santokh Singh Chaudhary, who, throughout his time in the Youth Parliament, accomplished extraordinary feats. His relentless pursuit of social justice and equity led significant changes and initiatives that benefited many young generations. He fought for equal access to education, advocated for mental health awareness, and championed environmental sustainability. Sri Santokh Singh Chaudhary's leadership and dedication inspired a generation, leaving an impact on the youth parliament and beyond. I would like to extend my deep condolences for the bereaved family.
Honorable Madam Speaker, I would like to associate myself with the tributes paid by you and the leader of the House. Sri Santokh Singh Chaudhary was one of the oldest members of Parliament. He was a kind-hearted person who dedicated his life towards this country, its people, and its upcoming generation. Today, we say goodbye to our true champion of youth parliament. But his spirit and his legacy will forever live on in the hearts and mind of all who were touched by his remarkable presence. I would like to associate myself and my party in sending our condolence to the bereaved family.
The House may stand in silence for a while to express our deep sorrow. Halt. Secretary General may convey the message of condolences to the bereaved family.
Yes, ma'am.
Honorable members, at this stage of proceeding, I have to make an important announcement. On my own behalf of honorable members of the House, I have a great pleasure in extending a warm welcome to Excellency of UAE Royal Family, Speaker of Ghana, and honorable member of US Congress, who are on a visit to India as our honored guest. It is a very high-powered delegation. The delegation arrived on 5th October for 3 days on invitation of Youth Parliament of India. They are now seated in the special box. We wish them a very happy and fruitful stay in our country. Honorable members, let us move to the next in the list of business. Question hour round. Silence, please. Question number 101, Ms. Nishika.
Speaker Madam, through you, I would like to ask the Minister of Women and Child Development to state whether the government has rolled out a new scheme under Nirbhaya Fund to provide support to minor rape survivors abandoned by their family, often due to pregnancy, and who have no other means to survive. If so, the details thereof, and the salient features and aims and objective of this new scheme. Whether the government has asked the state government and child welfare committees to send proposal in this regard. If so, the details and the response of state government and child welfare committees in this regard. The details of funds sanctioned and released by the government under the said scheme during current years, and the details of steps taken by the government for rehabilitation of minor rape survivors who face such a trauma.
Honorable Minister of Women and Child Development.
Madam Speaker, through you, I would like to answer the questions raised before the House. A to F, the Government of India has enacted the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences, the POCSO Act 2012, to safeguard children against sexual crime. The law defines any person as a kid below the age of 18. The POCSO Act 2012 provides establishment of special courts for the purpose of ensuring speedy trials. In 2019, the law was amended to introduce more stringent punishments such as death penalties for committing sexual crimes on children. This was done with a view to deter the perpetrators and to stop such crimes against children. The Government of India has also notified the POCSO Rules 2020. The Rule 9 of the POCSO Rules states that the Special Court, in appropriate cases, by its own or by an application signed by or on behalf of the defendant, pass an order for interim compensation to meet the needs of the child for relief and rehabilitation at any stage after the first information report, the FIR, is registered. Such interim compensation paid to the child shall be adjusted against the final compensation, if any. Further, the POCSO rules also provides that for special relief, if any, to be provided for contingencies such as food, clothes, and other essential needs. The Child Welfare Committee may recommend immediate payment of such account as it may be required at that stage to any of the following. Number 1, the DLSA under section 357A, or number 2, the DCPU out of such funds placed at their disposal by the state, or number 3, the funds maintained under section 105 of the Juvenile Justice, Care and Protection Act of Children 2015 and 2 of 2016. Thank you.
इनका तो स्टाइल है, promises कम और ड्रामा ज़्यादा.
Silence, please. Any supplementary question, Miss Nishika?
No, ma'am.
The floor is now open for supplementary questions. Next question. Question number 1 or 2. Miss Anya?
Honorable Speaker, ma'am. Will the Minister of Ministry of Ayurveda, Yoga and Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha and Homeopathy be pleased to state whether, first, the government has any plans taken so as to keep a check on the foreign nationals who visit India to take advantage of the traditional medicines over here? Second, whether the government has any plans or steps to compile the data of foreign nationals who come to India for the treatment and training in the said field. If so, the details thereof. Moreover, also provide the detail of the schemes implemented by the government so as to keep a check on the medical tourism. Also, the steps taken or being taken by the government to promote medical tourism under G20 presidency and other international forums. Thank you.
Honorable Minister of Ayurveda, Yoga, Siddha, Homeopathy and Naturopathy.
Madam, through you, I would like to answer the question raised before the House. Yes, ma'am. During the inaugural ceremony of Global Ayush Innovation and Investment Summit held on 28th April 2023 at Gandhinagar, Gujarat, Honorable Prime Minister made an announcement to launch a very special category of Ayush Visa for foreign visitors for Ayush Visa purposes, medical purposes, traveling and training, including yoga. No information is being compiled by the Ministry of Home Affairs after the introduction of Ayush Visa. The data which is compiled of the foreign visitors that visited India for training and treatment purposes may be compiled. The details of the scheme of promotion of medical value travel in the country is given below. The Ministry of Ayush developed a scheme called the Champion Service Sector Scheme, which provides financial assistance in the form of interest subsidies. Following steps have been taken by the Government of India to introduce and promote medical tourism in the country. Meeting of headings of working capital groups in the G20's India presidency at Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala from 18 to 19 January, and during this conclave medical travel value was discussed on the base of traditional medications. Thank you.
Any supplementary questions? The floor is now open for supplementary questions. Next question. Question number 103, Mr. Archit.
Madam, honorable member is absent.
Next question. Question number 104, Mr. Karthik.
Madam, will the Minister of Defence will please state that whether the government is procuring things for the armed forces and establishment in the defence for the country from micro, small and medium enterprises with a view to promote MSME sector? If so, the details therefrom. The purchase made for the armed forces and establishment in the defence during a year-wise details should be provided, and if not, the reasons thereof.
Honorable Minister of Defence.
Honorable Speaker, Madam. A to D, a statement is laid on the table of the House. A and B, yes ma'am. Capital procurement of defence equipment is being carried out as per Defence Acquisition Procedure 2020 with a focus on Atmanirbhar Bharat, that is self-reliance, wherein indigenization, innovation and import substitution has been facilitated through various schemes to build a robust ecosystem based on domestic industry, including micro, small and medium enterprises. One of the key objectives of the Make in India initiative of the government is to bring MSMEs and defense into the defense supply chain and thereby boost self-reliance. The government has taken several policy initiatives for the promotion of MSMEs in defense, and some of the DAP provisions are as under. First, reservation of delegated cases with AON cost up to rupees 100 crores for MSMEs provided. There are at least 2 or more MSMEs eligible to participate in this category. Second, relaxation of financial parameter for recognized startups or MSMEs. Third, setting up innovations for defense excellence initiatives under the Defense Innovation Organization and the Technology Development Fund under DRDO to use a multi-pronged approach and to engage a large pool of innovators, technocrats, professionals and academicians, including amongst the smaller enterprises, MSMEs and startups, to foster innovation in a coherent, strategized and integrated manner. Fourth, the defense offset guidelines have further paved the way for proactive participation of MSMEs of India by incorporating a scheme of multipliers which promotes their integration in the global supply chain. C and D. During the last 5 financial years, 239 capital acquisition contracts have been signed with Defense Excellence Initiative, out of which 168 contracts accounting for 68% of the total contracts value have been signed with Indian vendors, including MSMEs. Thank you.
Any supplementary questions?
No, ma'am.
The floor is now open for supplementary questions. Next question. Question number 105, Ms. Bhumika.
Honorable Speaker, Madam. Through you, I would like to ask the Minister of Law and Justice to be pleased to state whether the Government of India has set an All India Judicial Service to fill the vacancies in the higher judiciary and give registration to the higher marginalized sections of the society. If so, the reasons and the status thereof, and if not, the reasons therefore.
Honorable Minister of Law and Justice.
अपोजिशन के लोग जब पार्लियामेंट में आते हैं तो नो कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ नो डाटा भी लेके आते हैं.
Silence, please. Honorable Minister of Law and Justice.
Honorable Speaker, through you, I would like to answer the question raised before the House. The Constitution Act 1976 ensured creation of AIJS, that is All India Judicial Service. The constitutional provision enables creation of AIJS at district judge level, not including any post inferior to that of a district judge. In government's view, a properly framed AIJS is important to strengthen the overall justice delivery system. This will give an opportunity for induction of suitably qualified, young, fresh, legal talented, selected through an all India merit selection system, as well as address the issue of social inclusion by enabling suitable representation to marginalized and deprived sections of the society. The views of high courts and state governments were also sought on the proposal. There were divergence of opinions among the state government and among the high courts. Some were in the favor of proposal, some were not, while some others wanted changes in the proposal formulated by the central government. The matter regarding the constitution of AIJS is to help the recruitment to the process or selection process of judges and judicial officers at all levels, wherein it was resolved to leave it open for respective high courts to evolve appropriate methods within the existing system to fill up the vacancies for district judges expeditiously. The matter was also placed in the joint conference of Chief Justices of High Courts and Chief Ministers, which was held on 5th April 2015.
Any supplementary questions? The floor is now open for supplementary questions. Yes, Ms. Nishi?
Honorable Ma'am, considering all the social diversity and representation in the judiciary, what steps are taken to encourage the inclusivity and representation of marginal sections, including SC, ST, OBC, women, minorities, in the appointment of judges in the high courts?
Honorable Minister of Law and Justice.
Madam, I firmly believe in the significance of social diversity and its representation in judiciary. It is crucial for us to ensure that the judiciary system reflects the social diversity, diverse fabric of our nation, to promote greater inclusivity of marginalized sections, including SC, ST, OBC, women, and minorities, to appointment of district judges, sensitization and training, outreach and awareness, reservation policies, etc. are some of the factors we are working on.
Now, no more supplementary question. Next question. Question number 106. Ms. Preya.
Speaker Madam, through you, I would like to ask the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises to state whether the government had taken steps under National SC/ST Hub Action Plan to increase the government procurement for SC/ST enterprises. If so, the details thereof, the details of various stakeholders and the role played by the Finance and Development Corporation in this project. Whether the government had taken steps to support the newly emerging entrepreneurs who are facing competition from the market forces. If so, the details thereof. Whether the government proposes to provide any other kind of help beside financial help to the newly emerging entrepreneurs. If so, the details thereof.
Honorable Minister of MSME.
Madam Speaker, through you, I would like to answer this question. The Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises has been implementing National Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe Hub since October 2016 to promote SC/ST entrepreneurs and to fulfill the mandated 4% of procurement from SC/ST MSEs under the procurement policy of Micro and Small Enterprises, Government of India. Details at the annexure. The stakeholders of this firm involves financial institutions, training institutions, CPSAs and industry association. Also, the National Scheduled Caste Development and Finance Corporation has been extending their marketing facilities to promote free stalls among various fairs and exhibitions. Also, the MOU is being signed by NSIC and NSCF FDC on 27th June 2023 to support SC beneficiaries through sharing of database, assess them to leverage non-credit and credit-based facilities, and to organize joint awareness and outreach activities. Also, the Government of India has been taken initiative to support SC/ST entrepreneurs, also the newly emerging MSME entrepreneurs, such as capacity building for first-time exporters to support exports. This scheme involves 3 reimbursement components. First, membership fee with Export Promotion Council. Second, export premium for goods. Third, fee for certification and quality testing. Thank you.
Any supplementary questions?
No, madam.
Next question. Question number 107. Ms. Jigyasa.
Honorable Speaker, will the Minister of External Affairs be pleased to state first, total number of people migrated to ECR countries or emigration check required countries through illegal agents in last 3 years. Second, the status of recently launched emigrate portal for ECR passport holders who have migrated to ECR countries.
Honorable Minister of External Affairs.
Honorable Speaker, through you, I would like to answer the question raised before the House. For the very first question, the Ministry maintains the record of 18 e-migration check required countries through e-migrate portals. The Ministry keeps on receiving inputs about the instances of Indian nationals holding the ECR passports travelling through unlawful channels. On the basis of complaints related to such illegal recruitment activities, a concerned state police authorities are being hired and are alert to take an appropriate action. Now coming on to the next question, the e-migrate portal is fully operational since the year it got launched in 2015. It provides the registration of recruitment agent, foreign employers and the issue of e-migration clearance to prospective immigrant. It is a comprehensive online system which was being developed to facilitate safe and legal migration to all the Indian workers to migrate to 18 ECR countries. At present, around 1,000 of ECs are being processed daily by the 14 protectors of e-migrant officers across the countries. Since its inception in 2015, a total of 40,03,592 ECs have been processed through e-migrate portal till the year June 2023. There are around 2,000 of recruitment agent and around 2 lakh of foreign employers registered in the portal. I hope my answer would satisfy the opposition party. Thank you.
Any supplementary questions?
Yes, madam. What are the measures proposed to be taken by the government to prevent illegal agencies from preventing recruitment of ECR category citizens?
Honorable Minister of External Affairs.
Madam Speaker, the government accord highest priorities to the safety, security and well-being of Indian national abroad. The ministry has been making constant effort to educate the migrant workers about the perils of illegal channels. Following the implementation of e-migrate system in 2015, the ECR immigrants are being recommended to seek overseas employment exclusively through legal channels. For example, e-migrate portal. The Indian mission abroad plays a very crucial role in proactively censusing the Indian job seekers through issuing advisories and press releases about the ramification of fake job offers by the fraudulent and illegal channels. Thank you.
The question hour ends now. The next item in the list of business is breach of privilege. Yes, Mr. Aryan?
Speaker Madam, a serious breach of privilege has been committed by the leader of opposition. During his poll campaign on 13th of April 2023, he alleged that Godi is the symbol of corruption. He has defamed, attributed offensive motives against the whole Godi community. And I am just requesting you to let me raise a question against this matter.
अरे पप्पू है क्या?
The matter will be examined and then I shall let you know my decision.
I have already given the notice at 10 a.m. today.
The matter will be examined when it comes to me and then I shall let you know my decision. Now papers to be laid. Honorable Minister of State in the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways.
Madam, I beg to lay on the table
First, a copy of annual report of Indira Gandhi Rashtrudyan, Raebareli for the year 2022 and 23. Second, the statement regarding the review by the government of the working of Indira Gandhi Rashtrudyan of the year 2022 and 23. Third, statement showing the reasons for delay in the paper mentioned above. Fourth, a copy of annual report of Rajiv Gandhi National Aviation University, Amethi for the year 2022 and 23. Fifth, statement regarding the review by the government of the working of Rajiv Gandhi National Aviation University, Amethi for the year 2022 and 23. Thank you. Honorable Minister of Commerce and Industry.
Yes, ma'am. Madam, I beg to lay on the table a copy of annual report for Export Promotion Council for Special Economic Zone, New Delhi for the year 2021-22, New Delhi with the audited account. A copy of review by the government for Special Economic Zone, New Delhi for the year 2021-22, New Delhi. A copy of annual report for Pharmaceutical Export Promotion Council for India for the year 2021-22 along with audited account. A copy of review by the government for all the working of Pharmaceutical Export Promotion Council for India, Hyderabad for the year 2021-22. Thank you.
Next item in the list of business is message from Upper Chamber. Secretary General to report the message from Upper Chamber of Youth Parliament.
Madam, I have to report two messages received from Rajya Sabha regarding. I am directed to inform Lok Sabha that the Rajya Sabha at its sitting held on Monday 2023 adopted the following motion in regard of the Committee on Public Account. That this House concern the recommendation of Lok Sabha that the Rajya Sabha do nominate 7 members of the Rajya Sabha with associate to the Committee on Public Account of Lok Sabha with the term beginning from 1st May 2023 and ends on 30th April 2024 and do elect with the direction as given by the chairman. 7 members from amongst member of the House to serve the said committee. Second, I further inform the Lok Sabha that in pursuance of the above motion, the members of the Rajya Sabha should have been duly elected by the committee.
Now, the House will take up the next item in the list of business. Calling attention motion. Ms. Surbhi.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, with your prior permission, I would like to call the attention of our Honorable Home Minister towards the devastating condition of one of the 7 sisters of the East, Manipur. It is extremely distressing and a disturbing fact that on one hand, where the country prepares for the coming elections, there is little to no attention diverted to the happenings in Manipur and the miserable condition of people stuck there. This discussion, in my opinion, is of utmost importance at this moment. And so, I bring it in front of the House that the decade-long fault line of Manipur was once again provoked in April 2023. And the same took a tragic turn on 3rd May 2023 when a tribal solidarity march was organized in Churchandpur by the Nagas and the Kukis. The riots that followed the event had immensely disheartening results. Over 181 people had to lose their lives. Not just these, more than 60,000 people were displaced. They all had to acquire shelters in the refugee camps. The other part of these violences that deals with the kids and the women of Manipur is even more shocking. Students who left for their schools, institutions, were shot dead on the roads. The condition of women? Numerous series of sexual violences have been reported in only around 4 to 5 months. In mid-July, a video went viral online. It showed a mob of men parading and groping 2 naked women on a rural road before taking them to a field where one of them was reportedly raped. Such harsh conditions were observed in Manipur, even after the ruling party itself forming the state government there. As per our knowledge, under Article 356, that is, the Precedence Rule. It was imposed in Manipur for around 10 times. It started from the year 1951 and was stretched till the year 2019. But this time, even after the state government miserably failing in gaining any farm control, no actions were taken. The ruling party must be answerable. Why these members had no significant opinion on imposing the Precedence Rule in Manipur, bringing actions to gain control over the situations.
Honorable Minister of Home Affairs.
स्पीकर महोदया, विपक्ष के मुंह से ये शब्द सुनते हुए मैं बड़ा आश्चर्यचकित हूं। आप सभी को याद दिला दूं, ये वही विपक्ष है जिसने ना जाने कितने दशकों तक राष्ट्रपति शासन का दुरुपयोग करते हुए राज्य सरकारों को गिराया और आज भी ये इसी षड्यंत्र में लगे हुए हैं। हमारा देश भारत, जहां लोकतंत्र की बात होती है, वहां ये तानाशाही चलाना चाहते हैं। मणिपुर में 3 मई से हिंसा हो रही है। उससे पहले 6 सालों तक किसी भी तरह की हिंसा की स्थिति उत्पन्न नहीं हुई, ना ही कोई ब्लॉकेड, ना ही बंद की जरूरत पड़ी। 3 मई से जब से वहां हिंसा चालू हुई है, हम लगातार काम कर रहे हैं। यह हमारे देश म्यांमार था, जहां पर मिलिट्री तानाशाही के कारण हमारे कुछ कुकी भाइयों ने भारत में आश्रय लेना सही समझा, जिसके कारण कुछ मितई ट्राइब के लोगों में असुरक्षा की भावना जाग उठी। हम अब तक 36,000 सिपाहियों को मणिपुर में तैनात कर चुके हैं। हमने चीफ सेक्रेटरी, सेक्रेटरी एडवाइजर, डिफेंस एडवाइजर और डीजीपी को बदला है। ये पूछते हैं कि 356 क्यों नहीं लगाया। अरे मूर्खों, अगर इतना भी दिमाग होता तो पता होता कि 356 तब लगाया जाता है जब राज्य सरकार भारत सरकार की सहायता करने से मना कर दे। परंतु हमारी पार्टी की सरकार ने पूर्ण रूप से हमारे भेजे गए एडवाइजरों को एक्सेप्ट किया है। मैं मानता हूं कि मणिपुर की हिंसा बहुत शर्मनाक किस्सा है, परंतु इस पर राजनीति खेलना इससे भी ज्यादा खतरनाक है।
Honorable Speaker, Madam, the communal conflicts in Manipur has led to devastating series of riots, followed by numerous deaths and injuries, shooting, cases of sexual harassment, and what not the people of Manipur had to deal with. At no part of the country had the slightest clue about it, along with the suspension of basic rights like the right to move freely under Section 144 and the right to education due to prevailing situation of emergency. Another significant right to internet, was snatched away from the people from 3rd May 2023 itself, and it was stretched for around 100 days. The people in the state had to deal with various problems, inadequate communication and access to information. So this raises a question on the government, whether this move was intended to keep the situation of Manipur hidden from rest of the country, as observed in the case of Jammu and Kashmir. The ethical clashes in Manipur, the people dying, the cry for help, safety and shelter, the burning of villages, the use of highly advanced and technical arms by the people of lower economic background, the involvement of illegal immigrants, and the overall inability of the government to control these issues. None of these sides were presented by the government. So the government must be answerable. What was the need and intention to ban internet in Manipur for so long, and what outcome did they expect out of it?
Next item is legislative bill introduced. Honorable member of Labour to introduce the bill.
Speaker, Madam, I beg to move for leave to introduce the bill further to amend the Competition Act 2002 be taken in consideration.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce a bill further to amend Competition Act 2002. Those who are in favor, please say aye. Those who are against, please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, and the ayes have it. Leave is granted.
Ma'am, I introduce the bill.
Now the House will take up private member resolution. Mr. Abhiroop to move the resolution.
ऑनरेबल स्पीकर महोदया, मैं आपके थ्रू इस पार्लियामेंट में ये बिल पेश करना चाहूँगा। हमारे देश के संविधान का 44वां आर्टिकल या लेख यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड अर्थात समान नागरिक संहिता के बारे में बात करता है। इसका उद्देश्य सभी नागरिकों के लिए, चाहे वो किसी भी धर्म या जात के हों, एक समान कानून लागू करने का है। परंतु यूसीसी हमारे देश के सांस्कृतिक धर्म और मान्यताओं के ताने बाने पर ठेस पहुंचाने के काबिल है। देश के अलग अलग कम्युनिटीज़ के अलग अलग रीति रिवाज और प्रार्थनाएं होती हैं। ऐसे में यूसीसी का लागू होना जटिल होगा। आज भी भारत में कई लोग कस्टमरी लॉज का पालन करते हैं जो पीढ़ियों से विकसित हो रहे हैं। ऐसे में यूसीसी के आने से इन कस्टमरी लॉज के संरक्षण को खतरा होगा। इन कारणवशों से मैं इस रिजोल्यूशन के खिलाफ खड़ा होता हूं।
माननीय स्पीकर महोदय, मैं आपके थ्रू पार्लियामेंट में अपनी बात रखना चाहूँगी। समान नागरिक संहिता की ज़रूरत अंग्रेज़ों ने भी महसूस की, लेकिन अपनी हुकूमत बनाए रखने के लिए बांटो और राज करो की नीति अपनाई, लिहाजा इसे ठंडे बस्ते में डाल दिया गया। जब आज़ादी मिली तब संविधान के निर्माताओं ने इस पर बहस की। डॉक्टर BR अम्बेडकर तो खुल के इसके पक्ष में थे। अगर देखा जाए तो हिंदू धर्म वेदों, पुराणों और संहिताओं का अंबार है। अब अगर इसके आधार पर कानून बनने लगे तो घोर कंफ्यूजन की स्थिति पैदा हो जाएगी।
इन्हें तो पता ही नहीं है स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी नहीं पार्लियामेंट है।
इसी तरह अगर शरिया के मुताबिक मुसलमान जाति जीवन जीने लगे तो बेटियों की शिक्षा पर सवाल उठाए जाएंगे और बैंकों से ब्याज हराम माना जाएगा। एक देश में दो विधान, दो प्रधान और दो निशान नहीं चलेंगे नारा देने वाले श्याम प्रसाद मुखर्जी अकेले नहीं थे और न ये हिंदुत्ववादियों का एजेंडा है। ये शाह बानो जैसी महिलाओं की ज़रूरत है। तभी तो हमारे संविधान के पितामह डॉक्टर BR अम्बेडकर ने यूसीसी का खुलकर पक्ष लिया था। जब संविधान सभा के कुछ सदस्यों ने अलग अलग धर्मों के पर्सनल लॉ पर हस्तक्षेप जताया, तब डॉक्टर BR अम्बेडकर ने कहा, अगर सामाजिक मामलों में राज्य यानी सरकार ने दखल नहीं दी तो देश एक जगह में ठहर जाएगा। आज़ादी से लेकर आज तक कई ऐसे मौके आए जब सुप्रीम अदालत ने अपनी हैरानी जताई है कि संविधान के अनुच्छेद 44 पर कोई सरकार अमल क्यों नहीं करती। ऐसे कुछ फैसलों पर गौर करने की ज़रूरत है। धन्यवाद।
समान नागरिक संहिता इसलिए लागू नहीं हो सकता क्योंकि इसका कारण भारतीय संस्कृति की विविधता है। यहाँ एक ही घर में कई बार अलग अलग रीति रिवाजों को माना जाता है। अब आदि के आधार पर हिंदू बहुसंख्या है, लेकिन अलग अलग राज्यों में अलग अलग रीति रिवाजों को माना जाता है। सिख, जैन, बौद्ध, ईसाई और मुसलमान आदि तमाम धर्म के लोग के अपने अलग कानून है। अगर समान नागरिक संहिता उन पे थोपा गया तो इससे संविधान के साथ खिलवाड़ करने जैसा होगा। संविधान के अनुच्छेद 25 के अनुसार संविधान ने सभी नागरिकों को धार्मिक स्वतंत्रता की आज़ादी दी है। अगर समान नागरिक संहिता उन पे थोपा गया तो इसके साथ संविधान के साथ खिलवाड़ करने जैसा होगा। देश की कई जगहों पे आदिवासी रहते हैं, उनकी रूढ़ियां और उनके नियमों का क्या होगा? अगर समान नागरिक संहिता लागू हुआ तो उनकी परंपरा का क्या होगा?
Honorable Speaker, Madam, a constitution has a uniform civil code. In Article 44, as a directive principle of the state policies,
which states that the state shall adhere to secure for the citizen a uniform civil code. What we have right now is selective secularism, which means in some areas we are secular, but another we aren't. A uniform civil code will make ensure that every individual must follow same rules, whether they are Hindu, Muslim, Sikh or Christian. This is the real secularism. Right now, we have different laws based on a particular religion, which means a Muslim can marry multiple times in India, while Hindu and Christian are prosecuted for doing the same. This doesn't seem like equality. A uniform civil code
That's the real secularism. A uniform civil code will also help in improving the condition of women. Right now, we follow the old tradition to govern the family. Uniform civil code will ensure that all the laws related to land, families, inheritance, etc. must be same for every individual. A uniform civil code is a sign of modern progressive nation. It is a sign that moved away from the religious politics. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, I rise to inform the House that Goa is the only state in India which follows the Uniform Civil Code. Goa Civil Code or Goa Family Law was authorized by the Parliament according to the Portuguese Civil Code of 1867 after Goa Daman and Diu Administration Act was passed in 1962. This law provides for compulsory registration of marriages, ensuring that the wife is entitled to half of the common assets, including those which were inherited by the husband in the case of divorce, and that the parents must compulsorily share at least half of the property with their children, including daughters. The registration of marriages are necessary so that disputes can be solved by the process of law. Property shall be divided equally amongst male and female without any discrimination. In Goa, the Special Marriage Act applies differently. Muslim men whose marriages are registered do not have the right to polygamy in Goa. Property owned by each spouse are equally divided amongst them in the course of marriage. In the case of divorce, each spouse is entitled to half of the property. And in the case of death of both the spouses, the property shall be divided equally amongst the surviving members. Thus, I suggest that UCC should not only be in Goa, but in all the states, as it helps to grow and develop our country. Thank you.
The decision will be continued tomorrow. Now the House is adjourned to meet again tomorrow at 11 a.m.